In your 20s, the one thing you can't afford to lose is time. Because once it's gone, you never get it back. What you do in this decade will echo for the rest of your life. Here's the truth. It takes about 10 years to become truly great at anything. Start at 20, and by 30, you've built the skills, the habits, and the life you've always dreamed of. But waste your 20s on partying and distractions? And you don't just delay success, you pile on baggage, debt, bad habits, broken relationships. And trust me, I know. Because I wasted most of mine. Stick around and I'll show you how losing my 20s taught me the one lesson you can't afford to ignore. I don't know if you guys have ever read 10,000 Hours or have heard the 10-year rule, but basically it states that it takes about 10 years to become great at anything. Now, in some cases, you could get there faster than 10 years, but let's just say 10 years is a good round number. So when you're young, the most valuable asset you have on your side is time. You could be broke, you could come from bad family life, you could have all of these problems, but you have what old people don't or elder people don't is time. And so if you use your time wisely, you could get ahead more than 99% of the population. If you start at 20, by the time you're 30, you could set yourself up for the life that you dream of. The reason why most people don't is because nowadays, most people in our society don't look at the big picture. They just live day to day and they're here living to have a good time. Most people, if they work jobs or go to college, they're living for the weekends just to party and then can, wash and repeat and continue that cycle. And so if you're able to break that cycle, go off on your own path, and instead of partying or, doing all the things that your peers are doing, and you decide, I'm going to be great at the one thing that you choose to do, in 10 years, like I said, you will literally have the life that you've always dreamed of. It's not that hard. It just takes time and dedication. This is going to lead into the compound effect. So basically what the compound effect states is that small habits over time compound and lead into big actions that can take over your life. For example, if you run every single day for a year, you're going to be in a lot more shape than someone that watches TV and eats junk food every day for a year. Right? It's facts. So if you have a goal and you do something every single day to achieve that goal, in 10 years, that's going to compound. If you do something every day for what you want to do in life, it's going to compound into skills, discipline, network, connection, and it all multiplies over time. Basically, you're trading your time now for freedom later in life. You're building discipline, which is a skill in and of itself, so that way you can have freedom to do what you want, whenever you want, later on in life. The trap is that most 20-year-olds waste their 20s partying, having fun, distractions, comfort, things like that. And so not only do you delay your progress and your success, but you add on baggage. Because when you're doing all of those things, when you're developing bad habits, that stuff compounds as well. And so you can accumulate debt, have unhealthy relationships, you can have kids before you're ready, your health declines, and all this stuff just piles up. So now when you are 30 or whenever and you decide to actually take action and try to become great in your life, it's going to be even harder. So now you have to dig yourself up out of a hole just to be on level playing field. As if when you started when you're 20, you're already on a level playing field. You're at zero. You may not have an advantageous life like all of these other people that you see online, but you're at zero. If you take zero, you could pass all of these other people. What I'm saying is it's going to be a lot harder if you delay that process, right? Go against the crowd. You may have friends that are going to influence you and tell you to party and whatever, but do your own thing because it's going to pay off a lot. And this is something that I was told when I was young, when I was in my early 20s or even in high school. I did not listen to it, and I regret it immensely. It's probably one of the biggest regrets of my life. I wish I would have paid more attention to school. I wish I would have done all of the things that I thought were dumb and stupid when I was younger, because now I'm trying to do it now. And like I said, I just feel like I'm digging myself up out of a hole. If you build it early in your 20s and then in your 30s, then you lose it all, something happens, you get addicted to drugs, you lose your house gambling, whatever, you can get it back because now you have the skills and the discipline. You've done it once, so now you can do it again. But if you start off in your 20s and you don't have any skills, and then you're in your 30s, it's like you're building a house on sand. You know, you don't have any foundation. So basically, what you're doing is building a foundation where you can always get it back no matter what. When I turned 18 to like my early 20s, all I did was drink, smoke cigarettes, participate in parties, drugs. I was working kind of jobs here and there, but I was living with family members, so I wasn't really paying rent. I wasn't focusing on a career path. I didn't think about the future at all. I didn't go to school or anything, and so I kind of started off in like a warehouse job, and then worked up to construction, and I had jobs like that. And I didn't really take life serious until I was about 26. And so that was 2 years ago. I'm 28 now. And now I'm really grinding and trying to make something out of myself and become great. But it's hard because I just have all of these bad habits of like scrolling on Instagram. I'm not being disciplined. I'm not really being able to finish all the tasks I have set out for the day because I will fall into the trap of watching movies or hanging out with friends or doing everything that I shouldn't be able to just because I wasn't disciplined in my 20s. So now I'm trying to create discipline in my late 20s, I'm almost 30, and I'm having to unlearn all these bad habits just to be able to create good habits, and it's very difficult. So if I could go back in time, I would change my actions just to not have built up all of this baggage and bad habits in my life. But I'm speaking to you if you're in your early 20s and you're starting off in life. Don't mess around. Don't waste time, because that's the only thing that you have. And now more than ever, with all the craziness going on in the world, who knows where we are going to end up, in the next 10 years. So make something for yourself now. That way, if something bad does happen, you're prepared for it. That's something that's very important to me that I want to share with the youth, because I believe not enough people are talking about that. If you got any value from this video, please like and subscribe. If you enjoyed it, watch one of these other videos. And as always, thanks for watching.